Hey everyone, it's Ryan from GameDevHQ.com. In September, we heard news regarding Telltale Games coming to an end. This devastating blow to the Telltale series has left a lot of interesting questions, but we had one in particular. Did Let's Plays, the beloved YouTube genre of watching gameplay playthroughs, add fuel to the fire that led to this? If it did, how do you as a developer prevent this from happening to your own story-driven games? Let's jump in and take a look at what happened. To give those who aren't aware a brief recap, Telltale Games ran out of funding to continue their projects. The beloved Telltale series simply wasn't selling enough titles to sustain the series. While pre-orders were responsive, the launch didn't go so well. This eventually led to closure of the team, leaving behind only a skeleton crew to pick up the remaining pieces for the upcoming Walking Dead title. Soon after, even the skeleton crew was let go. With that caused a surge of interest from other companies, and an actual entire list can be found of all the companies that were willing to hire the crew in the description. It was beautiful to see so many developers reach out to try and assist them, and currently The Walking Dead, the final season, has been picked up to be completed with this outreach. If you want to find out more about the timeline of Telltale Games Fallout, check the description for more information. What we look at now is what could potentially be the cause for such a strong fan base and yet lack of sales. We wonder if it's Let's Plays. All over YouTube and Twitch, influencers love to show off their skills in gaming. It's really common to find complete total playthroughs of a game on YouTube. People often reference these to find out how to get past something, or to enjoy the personality introducing the title, or even simply to check out the story behind the game and sit back like it's a movie. I've done this myself for titles like The Last of Us, and it was absolutely addicting. For the Telltale series, some of the videos will go over 500,000 views per video related to the playthroughs per YouTuber playing it. While this is totally an awesome idea for influencers and users love it, it comes to a simple issue. If your game is solely based on compelling storytelling and narratives, how can you prevent someone from just watching the story on YouTube? The reason you would want to prevent this is each person who saw the game story no longer really has a reason to buy them the game. You can see all the hidden gems, different endings, and impressive dialogue for pretty much free on YouTube. There's hundreds of thousands of people simply watching the game for free, and since it's not a combat-based game, once the story is told, you simply don't have a need to play it anymore. This is absolutely devastating for the titles that focus on storytelling. One of the solutions we've seen for things like this is one that the Persona series has done in the past, and actively in Persona 5. Essentially, they request a restriction to not stream or post videos on the game beyond the in-game time of 11:19. This is where the title begins to see the ending of the actual game. This was actually widely received as negative to the general community. However, it may be that the customer is not always right. By limiting the streaming availability to the game, they prevent spoilers from being revealed early and prevent people from figuring out what happens and seeing the storytelling unfold for free. Some people argue that this is unfair and even try to make it political. However, in my opinion, at the end of the day, something like this may have saved Telltale Games. The counter-argument has been that fans of the game will always buy the game, but truly think about it from a consumer perspective. Would you really go buy a game that you just watched the entire story of? I might not. If combat is not particular to the title, then it leaves a hole in the value of the product once you've already seen the game. Perhaps stream restriction isn't the best method, but there has to be a solution to games like this to prevent the sales from being hurt. In a perfect world, the fans would understand that storytelling is vital to the series' success, and if they should support the franchise through purchases instead of just watching it on YouTube. Your YouTube support doesn't help the developers, but a restriction means if you want the answers to the end of the series, go play the game. What we want to know from you is what methods do you think can be applied to prevent spoilers and a game from being watched instead of purchased to save developers of the future. We want your advice and feedback on how you would approach this in the comments. For those of you who are new to development and you're looking to get started, be sure to subscribe to us to get more game development related content and tutorials. You can come hang out with us directly on GameDevHQ.com and get your hands on a copy of the Unity C# Survival Guide. The Survival Guide is a tool that references all the fundamentals of programming the C# language within Unity. It provides you all challenges and exercises to drill it into your brain, and of course just use it as a reference guide as you need when trying to survive the world of game development. For more information on the Survival Guide, a link has been provided in the description. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Later, dudes.